So I wasn't seeing any real performance slowdown on any of this, mainly because the only times that these things actually even get called here is when we actually do collide with something. Which is pretty rare in the simulation for these particles. I mean, that's looking correct. I'm just waiting for the wave to come in. Yeah, it's looking like it's working pretty well, actually. So, that's fine with me. So we drop something in there, and then that's what we're going to see happen, is stuff like that come off. See if we drop some of these little dudes in here and what their particles do. Because they have much more reasonable lifetimes than the rebels. I mean, that's what it would be. It'd be a whole bunch of trash. Just if the waves don't actually do much. Alright, well that's pretty cool. It's actually doing what it's supposed to. Yeah, let's see what the performance is like in a shipping build. So I'll boot it up once it's finished building. And then if it works and doesn't just immediately crash, I think I'm probably going to be done. Head to the store, go get food and all that sort of stuff. I'm totally out of it because I have not eaten. So, yeah. That's actually some pretty good progress though. We got like all the particle stuff sim, I think, working today. And then maybe tomorrow do the actual material so we can actually draw the ripples onto the water. And then once we do that, basically, like, that's dynamic ripples. There you go. We can do it. So we'll see if the information, you know, actually translates to something that doesn't it doesn't look like absolute trash in the real game, or if we need to change kind of the shape of something. Do a cooking stream, I'd have to like clean my kitchen and make it look presentable. And I really don't have enough. I wouldn't say I have a good area for that. That would be, you know, if you're gonna like do a cooking stream or something, you need like, you know, an open countertop or something to actually do stuff with. And my place doesn't really have that sort of nice area. 1 in the morning. That's quite a ways. What is this? Build failed while cooking. What's it angry with? Array index 0, out of bounds, size 0. User construction script. I'm not putting any computer in the grease stream. So we're cooking the waterfall and cave map, and we crashed inside of our construction script because of an array index 0, out of bounds 0. What do we do in our init scripts for this thing? We call create dynamic water flow field init vars. So it's going to be inside of init vars. We're doing like setup map basic info. And then we call tick ripples. Why are we calling this inside of the construction? Let's just take that out of our compile step. And let's do another package. Should be pretty quick this time, as we don't have to actually recompile anything. It should just do the cook stuff, I would assume. So cook everything. And it errored again, this time because of index is greater than 0, array_num. What? Are we doing anything inside of begin play that? Alright, Karakan, you have a good one. Enjoy your rest. What is this? The user construction script is getting called intermediate symbols. It's not really telling me much about this thing. Alright, this is E011. So we got our mini dump. So let's just see if we can debug the mini dump. Oh, okay, so there were no MIPS inside of this thing. Alright, cool, so that should be that, I'm assuming. And I'll have to build this again. That is cool, so basically if you ever have any problems with debugging stuff, you know, in mini dumps, that's how you're supposed to do it, is you just find the dump, double click it, hit play, and if you have all your debugging stuff set up properly, well, it'll just work. I didn't know it actually put the crash in the right spot. It just took me a second to read the logs to be like, oh, it actually did dump out something. Otherwise, I was going to start complaining about it not dumping out a mini dump, and be like, well, that's stupid. I should have a mini dump. Where is it? Alright, cool. So we have to then do our cook again. Let's just make sure it works real quick. Yeah, it's proper. So let's get cooking. And that's another reason why you really want to have an automated build system set up, even if you're just doing small stuff, because I wouldn't have known that there was an issue going on with this if I hadn't cooked a shipping build. And those sorts of issues you don't actually catch until like months later when you're finally like, alright, let's make a shipping build to ship this thing because, you know, we just got our alpha put together and now we want to try it on. Oh my god, why does nothing work? This is horrible. Alright, well, we had another error. Let's see what this crash was about. It's because I am losing my goddamn mind that I am making stupid errors like this. So what I need to do is... I was thinking about something else. Yeah, I was thinking about the reflection. So if num equals 1, I actually want to just say like if part.mDirection.x fmath absolute value of this is greater than fmath absolute value of part.mDirection.y. Basically, we don't want to do this. We want to, if the x is greater than this, when we want to negate the x, but we don't want to negate the y. So it's like if we only struck like one pixel, let's not invert our entire direction. Let's just invert one of our things. Let's invert our greatest magnitude. Therefore, like if we're moving kind of at an angle, it would at least negate the strongest one. So if we just hit like a single pixel, donk, we're actually going to flip just our greatest one. So we kind of flip like this and then come right off of it as if it was a flat wall. So the normal would just be, you know, a reflection as opposed to an inversion. So as to like, you know, bouncing straight back, it would like bounce away. I think that's part of what was messing with my eye earlier. Yeah, that's actually fixed quite a few small little issues. Just right there. So again, let's package this project. Let's test it out. Let's make sure it works. I mean, really, let's just sit here and watch a log file scroll by quickly. Or not quickly. Right now, not quickly. Thank God incremental builds work. Jesus. Otherwise, you'd be sitting around for like 40 frickin' years. As opposed to, you know, the 5 years that we're currently sitting around. Is it gonna cook it? Is it actually gonna work? No, it's gonna crash again. What did I do this time? I made the exact same mistake. Alright, this is definitely a sign I need to sign the hell off here shortly. Because this needs to be an AND. If this does not equal null pointer and the num is greater than 0. Ugh. Obviously, brain has run out of sugar and caffeine and is struggling to do anything other than tell me to stop working. What? We got some cool stuff done today. We got like dynamic water ripples that actually like reflect off the frickin' shore and stuff like that. What the hell game has that? I mean, besides Worms Armageddon, one of the best games of all time. Actually, no. I think the newer Worms have all the water physics, which are hilarious. They're really just like blobs that they just move around. It's like a bunch of marbles, and then they just draw them with like a metaball shader. So let's again watch this progress bar as it goes down and then eventually crashes, and then I get even more frustrated with myself. I'm not really frustrated. I am frustrated. I'm just tired. Tired and hungry. That's how it works. Texture pool size 1 gigabyte. Blah blah. Alright, it's calling bootstrap package game, 132, shipping, made the crash report client, then we boot up our game, then we cook everything. And it looks like we got through our cook without crashing out. We couldn't read in the fucking data, could we? Yeah, I forgot the reason that we were ticking the ripples was because we needed to make the texture for it, wasn't it? And that's what was screwed up. Alright, so we'll save that, cook it again real quick, and then we'll see what that crash was. If that crash is the same thing as before, where something screwed up with our arrays, I'm going to have to think about it. Because it was like the reflection vector array stuff that was screwed. The other thing I'm worried about is if those MIPs aren't available, if the texture is not available in the cook, then are we not going to get any of our information for this thing? Is like the no RHI cook just like completely screwed for us? And that would be pretty unfortunate. No, it looks like we got our stuff working. Let's see why, if those other dudes crash when they fall in the water here. Oh, they look good. Alright, so we are working. Awesome. Alright, so I am pretty much done here. Let's just mess around with some of this. Frames per second's looking pretty good. I'm not seeing the wave interference I would expect off of some of these. I'm seeing the particles go straight through the wave on some of them. At least I think so. Let me just check that math real quick for my bit check. No, it should work. It probably is working. I'm just not looking at it right. Anyway, I am done for today. So thanks for sticking around, and I hope you have a good one. I am going to go eat food because I'm starving. So have a good one.